Hello Miranda, and a belated welcome to GRA 220. This will be some video feedback for you on your milestone 1. And we've got 4 weeks left. If you have any questions or if you need encouragement, don't hesitate to reach out. I publish my number in my announcements. Until then, I bid you strength. Miranda, this is a nice package of materials, and I see that you've started to keep a record of your process, which will be handy come week 8 when you're drafting your final reflection. I'm opening up your Illustrator file. Now notice that I'm getting these warnings. This indicates to me that you have linked your images rather than embedded them. And so we're actually left with quite little if you don't embed your images, although I see you've done it for the silhouette. So do this consistently. Whatever you did for that is what you'll want to do for the other images. You know if an image is linked if it has an X through the box. Now, how do you place images? Just as a refresher, I'm in Illustrator. I'm going to go to File, Place here, fish around for something appropriate. Now, here is the tricky thing about the Illustrator interface. It's buried down here. Make sure that this is not checked. Not checked. Not checked, okay? Then you can go ahead and place. And you know that you've embedded it because it's not filled with an X. It is filled with the image. This is quite large. So that, in a nutshell, is how you embed. Now, I would, encourage you to play with the scale of things, perhaps, radically. Let's see. If you're focusing on spa products, especially, you can scale this way. Let me just see what it looks like if it's like 300%. Now you may not have the resolution to warrant that, but ooh, nice, nicely colored too. It really does look like the rest of the corporate palette. Your typography is good. I would avoid centering things over things that are flush left, rag right. I think it's better probably to make these all flush left, rag right, to see what that might look like. And then maybe align them the same way, excuse me, along the same axis. Be careful about the edge of your page. This is probably a little bit tight, so move things back. You probably don't need this many layers. I would get same size type all on the same layer. So these 3 lines or 4 lines probably could be on the same layer. That way you avoid aligning mishaps. Or you can also use guidelines, of course, to align things up. But make sure that your margins are crisp and that your type is aligned away from the edge. All right, just a few suggestions about what you could do to perhaps make this a little more interesting. You've got all the ingredients. Now it's just a question of moving them around. I'm going to take a look at this, which you posted in the discussion board next. I'll make sure I've got the right thing. Yes, okay. So, I'm sorry, Miranda, that was Kenzie Finn's that I just flashed on the screen there. She's also focusing on spa products. So here it is, what it looks like with your products and your photos. I like the asymmetry of it a lot, and I like this large arc and these smaller circles. You could vary the scale of them. Perhaps some of them could be very small, maybe quarter-sized, and the others could be larger, maybe pancake-sized. Again, down here, I would align the type with. I wouldn't center it just sort of independently down here. Whatever you do with this type, try to treat this type similarly, and take a look at professional resort advertising to see what kind of contact information they provide. I wouldn't add any ingredients. I think you've got just enough. All right, well, I look forward to seeing how this evolves.